What's up, movie Jewish Schmoedown fans? It's me again. I'm back for another Schmoedown reaction video, which is the continuation of the throwdown that happened a couple of weeks ago, which I missed because for some reason I thought it was a good idea to take a break from Schmoedown matches, and now I have a bunch of them that I need to watch and very little time to do it with. Anyways, this one is between Adam Collins and JTE. Obviously, I've still got my corruption hoodie from the Chance Ellison versus Snyder match. Honestly, this one could go either way. I mean, I like Collins. I've grown to like JTE over the years as much as you can, but I don't know. For some reason, I just have Collins winning this. However, I just saw a thumbnail for the next match, which suggests that JTE kinda won because he's going up against Chance in that thumbnail. Still, haven't seen it yet. I don't really know. Anything could happen. So, yeah, that's why you always watch the matches. And don't just, look up who won and who lost online. Obviously, as per usual, I will be participating, but, I mean, if my last one, where I reacted to Chance versus Snyder, is any indication, I ain't getting any points in this match either. So, let's see. Here we go.
And we are back. What a match it was between Snyder and Chance, and now we get into the co-main event, if you will. This is a battle of the legend, one of the legends of the game, against one of the future. I mean, he is a star already. He's a massive star. He's a former champion, and he's kind of the new age, and that's Adam the Coyote Collins versus JTE.
JTE, a name that you've heard since the dawn of the movie trivia Schmoedown, facing one of the new terrors in this movie trivia league that everyone calls home, the Coyote, who really historically they don't have homes, but Adam Collins has found solace with a bevy of fans and a great faction in corruption. So they're going to be taking on the Finstock Exchange here today in a match that, I mean, you and I only had 5 minutes to recover from what we just saw, so now we get right back into it, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way, partner.
Yeah, and there's so much story already between these two, how they got here, the storied past of JTE, a former champion, still holding the records of 6 title defenses with his run with the Patriots. Adam Collins, the only player to win 7 matches in one season, winning the championship, going undefeated. So much history between the two of them. Let's see how we got exactly where we are. And your winner, and new movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, 1 second.
The dungeon is going to be doing these premature victory laps for the next couple months, and they can enjoy it. You know what Dan's done? He's set me loose.
Adam the Coyote Collins!
You owned about half of last season and the beginning of the season with the exact same intimidation. The whole league, every player looks at you as you're kind of scared, right?
God, it feels good to have Adam Collins back in the rotation, doesn't it?
It's been way too long since I've danced in the singles arena, and I am so happy to be sinking my teeth in none other than Joshua the Engineer, aka JTE, aka Repeat the Question, aka Guy Who Vaguely Resembles My Cousin, what have you.
JTE getting the victory. Comeback.
He is the best 5-point answerer of all time. The man is a legend. he always will be a legend. That's why he's on the Finstock Exchange. And this is what this guy does. He's magic.
I've been waiting a long time for this, my little Adidas headwear enthusiast.
He's literally been here since 2014, since season 1, and that counts for something.
JTE is an interesting fellow, I'll give you that. And his return this season has been equally compelling.
He's a slippery one. I started this season being like, JTE's like, he's been out of the game, whatever. He's, and he pronounces stuff wrong.
I've never underestimated JTE.
It's a good contest because coyotes and engineers are natural enemies. If a coyote busts into your editing bay, there's no way he's there to help. He's going to bite you on the head and steal your breakfast sandwich that you're not supposed to be eating in there. But you keep doing it anyway, because what are the odds of you getting cheese and grease all over the equipment for a third time? Am I right?
For me,
that's
this
a
is
very
an okay
detailed
day
story
for me.
there.
Even when I'm having an okay day, I can still come out on top. It's scary. If I have a good day, or if I'm having a good run, you're TKO.
And while JTE has been on quite the run this season, someone should probably tell him that the path only leads to a dead end.
Now, it's scary because if Marisol wins against Kevin Smith, and then you guys are going to be kind of almost like in contention to play each other. Are you worried about that at all?
No, that's our goal. I mean, if she beats Kevin and she wins the title, and I win my next 2 matches, then we play each other in New York.
Tonight is about righting those wrongs and getting Adam back where he belongs, which is in contention for that championship belt.
They finally cut me loose, and poor JT is not going to be able to charm his way out of this with phonetic spelling, especially when the singles belt and I have an unfinished bottle of 19-year-old scotch that we opened last March. The wild animal has busted into your place of employment, stolen your breakfast, and destroyed all of the equipment. Bring it on, you ill-tempered homunculus.
Look, we already know that JTE, should he lose, this might be the end of JTE's season because he has not been entered into the tournament. Collins, however, if he does not walk away with a victory today, will be in the singles tournament. So there's a lot here. JTE beats Ben Goddard, beats Paul Preston. Collins has been sitting around waiting like a hungry coyote, just waiting to get back in there. He had an opportunity at one point to just jump into a #1 contenders match, but it could have meant that it possibly not making it into the tournament. He could have had that another time, but he wants to play. He said, I don't care if I got to play 1, 2, 3 matches to get to the #1 contender. I just want to play. I said, how about JTE? I'm in. So that is how we got where we're at. He's ready to play. He's ready to prove himself. He's beaten some of the best that have played this game, and now JT always wants to test himself. We got ourselves a battle.
You call him Coyote, and with good reason, because we're not sure if Adam Collins is even human with the way that he answers movie trivia questions so accurately, so methodically. But again, like you said, he's going up against a conundrum in JTE because he has already etched his name into the mythology of the movie trivia Schmoedown. He will never be forgotten in our great game, but he always plays with a chip on his shoulder like he is the proverbial underdog, even though he's won so many matches, and that silly team up there in Boston has won, like, I don't know, 7 Super Bowls. So it's frustrating that he still sees himself that way, but that's what he needs for motivation, and it's all about to come to an head. I think we're about ready to get going. Do you have any idea what time it is?
It's time for the movie trivia.
I like that they kept that from the collision.
3 rounds in the singles division. Introducing first, representing the Finstock Exchange.
It's hard to hear that song without the booze
with a record
following
of 11 wins, 10 defeats, and 1 knockout. He is the former movie trivia Schmoedown team champion of the world, Little Evil JTE. JTE. You know, when I talk to you about Collins, most people that we talk to about Collins get scared. Most people go, "Oh, that guy's going to be tough." Even the legends of the game have said, "Man, Colin's going to be tough." You went, I beat McQueenie, I beat Bibiani, I beat this guy. So are you not worried at all about Collins?
No, I will say this. I was impressed when he entered the league. You know, I was watching from the sidelines, and I was like, this guy's really good. Like, he really impressed me in his first few matches. But as I kept watching, I'd see him miss a question here and there, and I said, you know what? This guy is not as invincible as a lot of people think he is. And I remember sitting there watching, thinking, I could beat this guy. I feel that way just about everybody that plays in the league. But again, Collins had a lot of hype. He played really well. But I always like to think of myself as kind of a legend killer here. Bibiani has like a perfect game. I take him out. McQueenie, legend, comes in. He's going to be the next big thing. I take him out. So anytime somebody is the next big thing, I like to come in and knock him down a few pegs.
Yeah, JT, there's this quarterback down in Florida who just turned 44, and he seemingly has a penchant to be able to take any slight as motivation to fuel him. So going into this match, what is that motivational gasoline for you?
Well, there's a lot of, first of all, people gave me a lot of crap for getting drafted with the FinStock Exchange, being a free agent and now going into the draft. Oh, you could have picked him up earlier. He's not as good of a player. That was just one of many slights that I've heard a lot of chatter on while I was away from the game. So, the best way to, shut some people up, I already knocked out a few players that a lot of people were really hyped about. Why not go after the golden boy that people pretty much love Collins from the get-go? So I'm here to, show him what a legend could do to a new player.
Last question for you, JT, because this was a big risk for you also because you were in this pocket. You want to try to get to New York for that title shot. But with that, you all agreed that you would be going on this run and that a lot of the rookies would be going into the tournament. So do you stand by that decision? Are you, I know that there's a lot of trust and a brotherhood now between a lot of you guys. So what's, you won't be in the tournament should you not win here today? Is that you sitting okay with that?
Listen, as a competitor, just always going to be a small part of me that wants to be in that tournament. I've been in a tournament in the past. I've done really, really well. But I think to me it says a lot to what good of a team we drafted. And I'm really excited to see some of these players that we have going to the draft just going in and absolutely wrecking house. So I'm just more excited. And yes, there's a part of me that wants to play, but I'm just more excited to show the world what the dossier has in store.
All right. Well, good luck to you, JT. We'll see you in just a moment. And his opponent, representing Corruption, with a record of 7 wins, 1 defeat, and 3 knockouts. He is the former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, the Coyote, Adam the Coyote Collins. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've had an opportunity to announce you coming in for a singles match. It's where you built your name. It's where you were able to climb into that tournament, knock everyone around, and win that championship. So you're back in it. You're going for that title. You're looking to get back there, and JTE is in your way. So what is it? How do you prepare for someone like JTE?
Well, JTE, like a lot of people I played last season, is someone I've been preparing to play for years without even realizing it. And I don't underestimate him, just like I don't underestimate anybody. And he's playing at as the best he's ever played. So that's the peak level I want to be competing with JTE at for sure. And I appreciate his gusto. I understand where he's coming from. And I do honor and respect the past. And I'm not going to say that JTE is washed up, because he's not. He's playing better than he ever has before. But I have a job to do. And you know what? I've been tied up in the backyard for months, Christian. Months. Barely had anything to eat or drink. Just sitting there howling at the moon. Lady Justice showed up a few times and took me for a walk in the team's division, which was nice. But now I'm here to do what I believe I do best, and that's one-on-one combat. Let's go.
I, for one, don't think you're taking your character name too seriously. The poster behind you says, "I want to believe." That's about flying saucers and aliens. But a lot of folks believe in you, and their theory is that you can win this match. So how do you put it into law? How do you get a win today? How do you get rid of all the noise and just focus on the job that you just talked about?
I'm thorough. Listen, observe. But also, you know, I'll be paying attention to JT in round 2. If he leaves anything on the table, I'll be there to pick it up. So, not getting my hopes up at this level of a match, but we'll see how it goes. But I'll be ready to pounce, Mark. I'm starving.
Last question for you here, Colin. Same thing. I mean, you had an opportunity to, you know, not go into the tournament. You could have just waited, gotten a number 1 contender match, but you wanted the opportunity to potentially, should you lose here today, to get yourself in the tournament. That just, I think, shows the love you have for this faction and winning some points for that faction. Is that accurate, or, you know, is there something else behind it?
No, that's accurate. I mean, this has been a busy season, and you know, there's a lot of people competing to get to the top, and you know, I had to kind of, you know, sit on the sidelines for a little bit and let things play out. But so did Dan, Merle, and a few other people. And when you do that, you're paying very close attention. I also am watching my compatriots clean up, and if Chance and I, you know, do our jobs, you know, we're looking to compete for a number 1 contenders match.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Coyote. We'll see you in just a moment. We're going to bring JT back.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Adam Collins is back. JTE is back. And Mark, we are ready to start. What are the rules around number 1?
I literally just read them an hour ago. Some people may not have been watching. I guess I'll do it again. Round number 1 works as thus. 8 questions are asked to the field of competition. Each question's worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing. At least there isn't in round number 1. Wink, wink. Each question's worth a point. As soon as we ask you, please write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever writing surface you prefer. You have 15 seconds to do so. Once we request that you, by name or nickname, show your answer, please tell us at the same time you show your camera what your attempt is. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the Adam Collins, the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you need to hear a question again, you want to use a repeat, go ahead and use your JTE rule. And you also each have 1 challenge, which I will not name after a competitor, although I have many I can. If something seems fishy to you, bring in your managers, we'll deliberate to our heart's content, and then we will ultimately ask your manager if they want to confirm and ratify that said challenge is taking place.
Those guys challenge a lot.
So, Christian, the competitors are set. And Adam, you do know you can eat like a snack before the match, right?
Shannon, is that true?
All right, so now we are going to see Adam Collins. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
JTE, are you ready?
Let's go.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Round number 1. Question number 1, we're going to start with animated films.
Okay,
Which film in the Shrek franchise features the voice talents of Antonio Banderas, Rupert Everett, John Cleese, and Justin Timberlake?
Speaking of snacks, Christian, if I take pretzel nubs and cheese off the table, your favorite snack of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Pizza bagels. 5, 4.
You mean bagel bites?
Yeah. 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we start with Adam Collins.
It's the worst of the bunch.
Shrek 2.
Shrek the
That is
Third.
incorrect. JTE?
Shrek the Third?
Yes. JTE.
Yeah, it's Shrek the
starts up
Third.
with 1 point.
Justin
over
Timberlake
Collins.
was
And
King Arthur. That's how I knew it.
Tricky name of that third movie. JTE got it. We now go to fantasy sci-fi. And the question for a point. What is the title of the 1987 adventure film in which Dolph Lundgren plays the famous character He-Man?
How badly did you want to say Dolph Lundgren?
I have to read the questions as they are written.
Fair.
Cannot make allowances, even for our beloved Trisana territory. Top.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we start with JTE.
My Star Wars, Masters
of the Universe.
And Collins.
Nobody takes pot shots at Lubick. Masters of the Universe.
Well, there you go. So JTE keeps his lead 2-1 as we get to question 3. We're going to go with 90s films. Which actor appeared in the 90s films LA Confidential, Space Jam, and Man on the Moon?
I love these.
I only remember like 3 people from
Me
Space
too.
Jam. It's been a
They make
very
you
long
think,
time since I've seen
and you can
it.
get there if you know.
I don't think it's
Get there.
the one
5,
I think of.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. We start with Adam Collins.
Wait, Knight?
Yes, sir. And
okay.
JTE.
Danny DeVito.
JTE gets it, and
Daniel
Collins does as well. We
DeVito.
see ourselves 3-2 as we get to our next question. Mark, question number 4.
Yeah, we move on to comic book movies. And the question in that category,
I'm still tied
which
with
comedic
Collins.
actress stars as mob wife Kathy Brennan in the 2019 film The Kitchen, where Christian goes to make bagel bites?
Not anymore. Used to. Now it's just hummus.
You don't sound happy about it.
Not really. 5, 4.
I watched this
JT me.
recently.
JT me.
First one.
You can also just say me. Your question is in the category of comic book movies, and it is, which comedic actress stars as mob wife Kathy Brennan in the 2019 film The Kitchen?
It's JTE's first repeat.
Okay, it's definitely not.
He's a fan of bagel
her.
bites. I do know that.
I'm split between
Delicious.
two. I just.
Used to make them all the time.
Yeah, you're down below
can't remember
200. Give
the
Christian a round
name.
of applause.
5, 4, 3.
Actually, no. I think I'm
2.
gonna
Don't be
stick with my
tired.
answer.
1. Hands down. Hands up, please. And we start with JTE.
That's
Melissa
Melissa
McCarthy?
McCarthy.
It is. And Adam Collins.
Yeah, it's not
Melissa
Tiffany Haddish.
JTE
Tiffany
uses one
Haddish
of his
was the other
JTEs,
one.
and it works out for him.
And it's definitely not
4-3.
Elizabeth Moss
4-3
because
as we get to
she
question
had a
5.
different
We're going to
name.
go with
Claire, I
new
think.
releases.
What was the name of Tiffany
Who
Haddish's
directed the 2020 film Capone, starring Tom Hardy?
We're all very proud of you. You prioritized your health. Ironically, by you not eating, it actually helps us eat all for longer because you're staying healthy and working.
Well, 5. You also have more to eat because I don't eat it all. 4, 3, 2.
Don't
JT
type
me.
with Collins.
All right, second one.
Just
All
saying.
right, here we go. Here's the question. Sorry. Who directed the 2020 film
better than I
Capone,
thought I was.
starring Tom Hardy? It's JT's second repeat.
Definitely better than my last Schmoedown reaction match.
He's only got one. Collins retains all of his.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we start with Adam Collins.
Josh Trank.
That's incorrect.
Josh
And JT?
Trank.
Couldn't pull it.
It was Josh Trank.
I got a question they both missed.
Josh
I love
Trank
it.
is the answer.
That was killing. That was killing me.
I'm tied with
All
JTE.
right, so neither one has
and I'm
perfect rounds.
outscoring
JTE
Adam Collins.
is 1 point.
I don't know
lead,
how I'm
and we
doing
get to our
it.
next question.
Let's lighten the mood with comedies. For a point, this 2014 film follows Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. as two friends who pretend to be police officers in Los Angeles. So again, it's a 1 point lead for JTE. He is down 2 of his own rules, though. Will that play a factor later in the match?
I don't
Well,
know
one of them
this.
he used and it worked out for him. Last one.
I know it's wrong,
5,
but
4,
I feel
3,
like at this point I
2,
gotta write
1.
something.
Pens down, hands up, and JTE.
I
It's
want
not-
Josh McCouga's
it's
all-time
not
fave.
chips.
Let's be cops.
Is
That is a Makuga special.
Yeah,
And Adam Collins.
Let's be cops.
Let's be cops.
Yes, sir. All right, so
Still tied with Collins.
still
tied
keeps
with
his
Collins.
1 point lead. And we get to
I don't wanna
question
lose all that
7.
momentum.
Famous actors and actresses.
Gonna lose momentum now.
Which actress appears in the films? Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, He's Just Not That Into You, and Donnie Darko.
You know, we could start incorporating our own history into these questions. For instance, we could say Mark Ellis and Josh McCouga loved what movie everyone else hated.
Immediately what I thought of. 5, 4, 3.
That was funny.
2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And Adam Collins.
Was it Maggie
True Barry.
Gyllenhaal? Yeah.
Yes, sir. JTE.
I was split between
Missed it. I had Maggie
two.
Gyllenhaal.
So we got a tie game,
Oh.
ladies and gentlemen. Tie game here. 5-5.
Yeah, I
Collins
wanted
has missed 2. JTE
wanted
has
to
missed
go
2.
two
And we
very
see
low,
ourselves
but I don't
tied.
know, I thought that
with
was
question
too much of
number
a
8
giveaway.
coming up right now, Mark.
And like JTE's shirt, it feels like a heavyweight bout.
I did answer the same
Changing
answer
blows.
that JTE
No
did.
perfect rounds here, but they can pick up a last point in round 1. They get this correct in the category of biopics. And the question, what 2000s musical biopic from director James Mangold has the tagline, "Love is a burning thing"?
James Mangold?
That Mangold guy gets around.
He's done so many movies. It's funny. There's a few of them I didn't realize that he did.
Yeah. He did Masters of the Universe, 1987.
I lost my momentum.
4,
so
3,
I think
2,
I'll take my 4 points.
1. Pens down, hands up, and
I was outscoring
JTE.
Collins at one point.
Walk the line.
Yes, and Adam Collins.
Walk the line.
All right, we got a tie game, Mark.
the
It is
line.
6-6 going into round number 2. Both competitors missing 2 in that round, but they are tied up as we get into the wheel round. How's it go?
It is the virtual wheel. Some folks want to throw it into a burning pit of fire, but we love it here, and each competitor gets a spin once they settle on a category. 4 questions will emerge, each one worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We're affable fellows. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes to 1. It is JTE versus Adam Collins. JT had the lead for a while there in round 1, but now it's a tied ball game. And so
sort of.
it is the Coyote who has the right to spin first
Execute
or
order
defer
66.
to your backwards-headed opponent. Which would you like to do, Adam?
I'm gonna forge ahead. Let's spin first.
All right. So Adam Collins will be spinning first, and so we will bring in. All right, Shannon, 60 seconds starting now.
First of all, it's so good to see you in the ring again. Are you happy to be back or what?
It's nice to breathe, the free air again, so to speak. Yes, I'm very happy to be here.
Yes, very good. Well, we had our appetizer. I think you were able to shake off those cobwebs just fine. That one miss, that narrow miss, doesn't even matter because now the level is even, right?
Well, to be fair, Josh Trank forgets his own name pretty often.
I don't know who that is, but I absolutely believe you because you know way more about movies than me. Anyway, let's get this wheel up. Let's hope for a good spin. You've got your JTEs left. Anything else you want to say? I'm ready to keep going, buddy.
Spin away, spin away.
Spin the wheel.
All right, here we go. Here's say the Coyotes. Here's the spin. And the Coyotes point of view is not the movie of the Schmoedown. Josh is a friend of the Schmoedown, obviously. Here we go. Here's the spin. Oh, and
we survived.
Middle Earth. Middle Earth
in
is
the
the
middle.
question. You get 4 questions in Middle Earth. If you want.
I used to live in the Midwest, Shannon, so I feel good about this one.
I feel good about this one too. Let's keep it.
All right, so Middle Earth will be the category. I'll bring JTE back. All right, so Adam Collins, you chose Middle Earth. Are you ready, sir?
Hopefully my time to shine.
All right, in the Hobbit films, which of the dwarves in Thorin's company is played by actor Dean O'Gorman?
Feely.
That's correct for 2 points. Here is the second one.
I was going to go Keeley, but okay.
In an unexpected journey, Gandalf tells Radagast that what type of wargs can outrun him?
Gundabad wargs.
Yeah, Gundabad.
Yes, sir. 2 more points.
Gundabad wargs.
They're fast.
These are Fostervale
Question
rabbits. Let
In
them
Return
try.
of the King, Gandalf tells the Gondor soldiers that what is the best defense that they have now?
These are good ones.
5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, courage, B, pride, C, bravery, D, honor?
Courage.
Correct for 1 point. Final question.
I wasn't even going to...
All right. In The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey,
This movie again.
Durin's Day, D-U-R-I-N, Durin's Day is the start of the new year for the dwarves as what season ends?
Multiple choice.
Yes.
Is it A, winter,
Summer,
B, summer, C, spring, D, fall?
Fall. Wait. Winter comes after fall.
Summer.
Incorrect. JT.
Hands,
Yeah.
JT.
Hands up. Gonna read the question and give you the multiple, JT.
I'm pretty sure it's...
In The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey,
spring.
Durin's Day is the start of the new year
'Cause it
for the
means to
dwarves
start
as what
at
season
summer.
ends? Is it A, winter, B,
If I remember
summer,
correctly.
C, spring, D, fall?
Winter?
Looking for fall. D, fall. So neither one.
Really?
Get
Fall.
the
My
answer.
original answer.
That's the end of
was the
Adam
correct
Collins'
answer.
round.
Okay.
JTE down by 5. Collins with a 5-point lead.
I
11-6
guess
as we
I
get
consider
to
myself
JTE spin. Going to bring in
consider giving myself a
Abuj.
point.
Woo!
60 seconds.
Well, thank God that stupid category's off the wheel.
Oh man, I lived in the Midwest and I know very little. I feel like about Middle Earth.
It's funny to see Shannon here at Sharky's. The Sharky's grill's open, so I don't know what she's doing here. Look, this guy had a good year in 2020. But it ain't 2020. It's 2021. This is
one of the
year
only few people who
JTE.
actually had a good year.
Just like my name says down the
2020.
bottom, box office breakdown for life. Gucci.
Beautiful.
Let's spin this wheel and do what we got to do. I mean, look, don't forget, one JTE rule. Save that.
I'll be saving that for the
well
third
done
round.
in the first. Well done in the first to get that, to pull it. And it was great.
I feel I really, have trouble. I'll go multiple just like Collins did, but
Well,
I'm
of
excited.
course.
I'm excited to spin this wheel. Let's get to it.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. We'll ace anything on there right now that dumb category is off with. Go ahead.
All right, so now 10 seconds left. All right, here we go. Here's the wheel, and here's the spin by JTE.
There it goes. And Christian, obviously, box office breakdown starring Sarah Stratton and 2 other guys.
And it is on Angela Bassett.
Angela
Bassett.
Well, we know she burns down something in every single movie she does.
Yeah.
Whether it's a bathtub or a car or whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
Pretty sure she didn't burn anything
This is
down
interesting because
Black
she has
Panther.
a long
What's
career.
another character who burned things down?
There's a couple other things on here I like better, but at the same time,
But is there anything? I don't know if there's anything. Is there something on here that, not saying a name that you don't want that's bigger than Angela Bassett here? I mean, it's honestly not a category that's used a lot. So
yeah, let's stick with it.
You want to stick with it? You're 100%.
Yeah, let's go Angela Bassett.
You Gucci with it? Let's do it. That's fine with me.
All right, Mark. So now JTE will get 4 rounds. JTE will get 4 questions in the realm of Angela Bassett.
Some shine for Angela Bassett, who's been a great movie star for decades, and now she gets to star in 4 Schmoedown questions aimed first at JTE. Your first of 4 questions. In which early 2000s film does Angela Bassett star alongside Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando?
The Score.
Pretty powerhouse. You think I'd heard of that movie. That is correct for 2 points. JTE gets it, and just like that, trims the lead to 3. Your next question in the world of Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett has a supporting role in what 2012 action comedy romance, which stars Reese Witherspoon and Tom Hardy?
This Means War.
Yes, it does, because it is now just a 1-point game. Coyote clinging to the lead as JTE faces his penultimate question in the category of Angela Bassett. Which director, known mostly for horror, helmed the film Music of the Heart?
Wes Craven.
He knew that one too. That is correct for 2 more points. He has taken the lead over the Coyote. He can pad that lead all the way up to 3 points if he hits
probably not gonna
this
happen,
last
but
question in the world of
puts
Angela
JTE
Bassett,
in a
and it
position
is.
for his first singles TKO.
What is the name of the Queen Mother of Wakanda in the film Black Panther?
I should know this. I read the comics.
I'm so scared of pronouncing it wrong. I'm gonna go multiple choice.
You're probably gonna pronounce it wrong anyway.
Given your history, that's a wise choice.
My history. There we go.
We have 4 options here, and I'll do my best to pronounce them for a
Thank
point.
you.
Is it A, Okoye, B, Nakia, C, Shiri, or D, Ramonda?
Ramonda, Queen Ramonda. Dang it! I should know
Do I
this.
get a repeat of the
Once.
question? Once. So give me the one repeat of
Queen
the
Ramonda.
options.
You certainly do, although we will not name that rule after you for
Thank you.
1 point.
And I
Your
read
4
the
options.
comics where she
Is
was
it A,
first
Okoye,
introduced.
B, Nakia, C,
Probably
Shuri,
the
or D,
best.
Ramonda?
Black Panther series, but I enjoy her introduction
I'm gonna say
to
D.
Black Panther mythos.
D, as in David, is correct for a point. JTE does very well in the round of Angela Bassett, and now it's 13-11 with JTE featuring a 2-point lead as we head into round 3.
All right, JT does have the lead. Mark, round number 3. Here we go. What are the rules?
The rules of round number 3 are as follows. This is the round that will determine the match unless we go to sudden death overtime. We need some help from our competitors in the form of 3 numbers each. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same integers as your opponent, as each numeral corresponds to a unique category of Schmoedown mystery. Your first question for 2 points. Your next one, 3 points. Your final one, you see a trend here. It's worth more. 5 big points. JTE rules and challenges still apply. It's a 2-point lead for you, JTE. So you have the right to give us your 3 lucky numbers first, from 1 to 20. Which 3 athlete jersey numbers feel lucky?
Let's start with 13. Then we're going to go to 12. And then we're going to go to 19.
13, 12, and 19 for JTE and for Collins.
I'll go 7, 11, and 15.
7, 11, and 15 for Coyote. All right, so we are going to remove the Coyote and bring in Bobby Gucci. 60 seconds starting now.
Goggy Boochie.
Obviously.
Took the lead. Took the lead.
Now he's got to. Now you're going to force him to answer questions here. Look, it's going to go to the 5, and that's what your specialty is. There's no question about that. Like I said before, this guy's finished. He was a flash in the pan, just like his manager. Their whole faction is finished. We're not worried about that. You're on your way, hopefully, right to New York, where you belong. And then we go party and eat pizza and do whatever you want to do out there.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So here's what you do. Once again, 1 repeat left.
Yep.
And it's a big one.
Save it for the 5.
Exactly. Take your time with these answers. You know what you do. Don't blurt them out. Figure it out, and let's get to the winner's circle. You know, we got to talk to Sturger. We got to see what she's up to.
Let's go. This is where round 3. This is where we test our metal. Let's do it.
This is what we always do. Remember, 2021, not 2020.
I love it when they get cocky, don't you?
They like celebrating early, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's good. Let them do their thing and let us come out with this win today, and we'll teach them a lesson. I don't hear what Bobby Gucci says. I know he was wondering, what am I doing here? It's because I show up for my players, Gucci. I'm actually very surprised that you were here today. Congratulations. Congratulations. Would you like a medal?
She's got a point.
You don't get one because you suck. Adam, this is your time. 2 points is nothing. You've got all your repeats left because you play smart. You got a couple tough questions in round 2, and those don't matter anymore. Okay, 3 questions in front of you. You take your time, you listen those out, you work your way through to the right answer. I know you can do this. I know you can do this. What you got?
Yeah, I think Angela Bassett, I think she'd like, I would like to see her in that new Lord of the Rings series on Amazon, to be honest with you.
I'll call her. I'll call her when it's over.
Now we have Adam Collins, who needs to hit his 2-point question in order to bounce it back to JTE. Mark, Adam Collins chose category 7, and that gives him Julia Roberts.
That's right. I know you love her, Christian. We'll see how Adam Collins feels after this 2-pointer, which again could tie him with the lead of JTE. Adam, your round 3 begins with this question. Which actor plays the title character in the 2011 film Larry Crown?
Tom Hanks.
He's the father of that famous rapper. That is correct, and we are now tied. It is 13 apiece. We go back to JTE to see if he can regain the lead.
All right, so here is JTE's question. He chose category 13. That puts him to the 1980s.
The 1980s, JTE. We were little kids. Playing ball on the blacktops all across this great land of ours. Your question for 2 points to regain a 2-point lead over the Coyote in that decade. Who starred in the 1980s films Losing It, All the Right Moves, and Legend?
That would be Tom Cruise.
An actor of some note. That is correct for 2 more points. 15 to 13, JTE with the lead. We go back to the Coyote to see if he can take the lead outright.
All right, so Coyote chose category 11. And that gives him Pixar films.
Pixar films for 3 points and solo possession of the lead. And your question. Coyote, who provides the voice of Sally Carrera in the Cars franchise?
Dang it, this is not my day, is it?
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
First one.
You have 2 remaining. The category is Pixar. The question, who provides the voice of Sally Carrera in the Cars franchise?
Five, 4.
I can't quite get her name right. Daphne Hernandez.
Looking for Bonnie Hunt.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Bonnie
Hunt. It is still 15-13. Here's where we stand, Christian. Adam Collins suddenly faced with his 5-pointer. If he hits it, he bounces it back to JTE for a pressure-packed question. If he misses it, JTE will advance.
All right, so Adam Collins needs to hit his
JTE
5 to stay in the game.
Tied.
And if
There's
not,
potential for
he'll find himself in the tournament. Here
death.
is the question.
Probably not going to happen.
The category. The category is category 15. That's crime films.
Movies about crime. And your question. For 5 points, and to put some pressure on your opponent, Stephen Frears directed John Cusack and Annette Bening in what 1990 crime film?
The Grifters.
He said Grifters with a G, and that is correct for 5 huge points. Because now, Christian, it's 18-15. He forces JTE to maybe hit his 5, but if JTE hits his 3, he's going to be at best tied with Collins, so he'll still have to face that 5-pointer. Whole lot of storylines going on right now.
That's right. So JTE needs to hit this question here to tie the game. He chose category 12. Right back. Here she is. It's Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Can't imagine what would possess you to pick number 12, but it does land us the category of Drew Barrymore and JTE for your 3-pointer, which could tie you with the Coyote. Here's the question. Which actor plays the male lead Garrett in the romantic comedy Going the Distance?
Justin Long?
They have a Boston market. That's how you know they're doing well. That is correct for 3 points. We got a tied ball game, and it all comes down to this. JTE, after so many twists and turns, zigs and zags in his Schmoedown career, now has a 5-pointer. If he hits it, he gets the win. If he misses it, we're going to sudden death.
We will be in sudden death. The event will be if he misses. If he hits it, though, he goes on to a number 1 contender match. And JTE chose category 19, animated films.
Ah, come on.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Animated films. Helpful hint, these are drawn by hand or on a computer.
Thank you.
Here's your question. For 5 points and the win. Which 1960s animated Disney film features supporting characters such as Lord Ector, Archimedes, and Madam Mim?
The Sword in the Stone. And it's Sir Ector, mind you.
5, 4,
It's a good thing you
3.
You gotta repeat the question, JT and me.
The last one.
That is your last one. Categories animated
That would've
movies.
been
The
a
question
pretty
for the
dead
win.
giveaway.
Which 1960s animated Disney film features supporting characters such as Lord Ector, Archimedes, and Madam Mim?
Hockety pockety wockety wick, abracabra dabra nick.
The Sword in the Stone?
And your winner!
Ladies and gentlemen!
Let's go!
Hey!
Let's go!
JTE picks it up and hits it.
The reason he's there.
Is that time right there?
Hits it. JTE hits the
5-pointer.
Sword in the Stone and beats Adam Collins with a massive here. Wow, I thought it was going to start.
That's why he's not in the tournament, because he's going to win the belt.
Wow, all right. With that was I couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to sudden death. All right, we're going through the winning and for just a moment. JT and Finstock. I could have sworn that was going to sudden death. I
thought so too.
I didn't think he had it.
I thought so too, but I mean, you got to remember, guys like us maybe remember Archimedes, the character from Sword in the Stone, but JT, what is he, 14, 15 years old? He probably hasn't seen that movie, but he got the pull, and that was such a back and forth tug of war. It started out as somewhat of a defensive struggle in round 1, Christian, but then they started to pick up some momentum, had a couple quick stumbles in round 2, but they both came to play when they needed it the most, and it ends up being JTE getting the win over a very hungry Coyote. I have a feeling this may not be the last we see of this particular rivalry.
No, I don't think so. And I think Collins might say it, and he could call me out if I'm wrong, but I think Collins felt a little rusty. There was a couple times where you look at the Trank call and a couple other, and I think he knew the Bonnie Hunt one. I think he was just off his game today, to be honest. Sometimes that happens to players. It just seemed he didn't have that kind of sharp thing that he had in the tournament, and that happens with layoffs. It happens sometimes, but he's in the tournament. He's going to be back where he made his name, but JTE does it again. Bibiani, McQueenie, Snyder, they've all felt the wrath of JTE, and now JTE is once again in a number one contender match. Can he get back to the championship match? Hasn't done that since he faced Mark Riley back in season 3.
Adam Collins
unbelievable performance, and we apologize for all of the bad boxing moves and horrific dancing that ensued with that win, but it did take a W for JTE and Finstock to start shimmying, and now they do have the pleasure of being interviewed by the great Jen Sturger. Jen, I imagine the Finstock Exchange is over the moon.
I mean, that's one way you could put it, Mark. I would, refer to it as insufferable if I had to pick an adjective myself. Congratulations to the Finstock Exchange. Lots of celebrating going on. Lots of bad white men dancing. Anyways.
We don't even have to say anything. We just do our movements. Once again, when the chips are down, this guy's the best in town. I called him up once again, and we have mental telepathy. When I called him to tell him.
Do you even know what that means, by the way?
Well, of course we know what it means. We know what everything means around here. He goes, I don't want in the tournament. He goes, I already have my way to the belt. And he goes, you can guarantee I'll be there. And I go, that's all I needed to do. This guy is the ultimate team player. And he's also one of the best that's ever done it. Now, he is the legend killer. He has destroyed McWeenie. And like I said, I'm like, you got to play Collins. He's like, who? And I'm like, the guy who won in 2020. He's like, whatever. Next thing you know, look where we're standing, right in the winner's circle, just like he predicted.
JTE, all that time you took off, it's like you came back in and it's like nothing happened. What is with the way you played this season, honestly?
I honestly feel like I'm playing up to the same level I did before I left. I think I was playing great back then. Listen, a lot of the matches I lost back in the day, they're not like I got TKO'd to run out of the room here. I was losing by like 5 pointers here and there. Listen,
usually just by the English language.
Yeah, by the English language, which is why I had to check down on Black Panther.
I respected that move, by the way.
Which ultimately won him the game.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I was definitely worried when I heard animated for my
English
5-pointer.
language,
Because, I've been doing my studying, but it could be a tricky subject. I mean, I knew the Bonnie Hunt one, and I'm surprised Collins missed that one, but it sounds like he might have thought of a different film, or I don't know what he was thinking, but I could tell, I've been in that position where you're just like, Josh Trank, I should know that. That's on me, and I was a little upset with myself after that first round, because I feel like I missed a question, even 2 maybe I should have gotten. But
did at any point you feel like your confidence wavered?
No, I mean, this is the first time. My last 2 matches I was behind a point or 2, and I always kind of playing get him to the 5, get him to the 5. It felt good to be in front of the lead for once, and just kind of I think I gotta give a lot of respect to my team. We definitely do some training sessions for studying, and they helped me a lot on Angela Bassett, and so I gotta give a lot of props to my team for helping me study for this match.
Collaborative effort over here. Big collaborative effort.
I have to say though, I mean, so at no point you were like, "Oh, this is Collins." Like that never went through your head for either of you.
He didn't even know who he was. He didn't even really know who he was, and he beat him.
To be fair, that's kind of his modus operandi.
He told me he watched Spectacular, and he goes, "Last Spectacular," and he's like, "I would have beaten Merle and Collins put together." And I go, "Well, there you go," and that's what ultimately put him on the exchange this year. Other than him just being fantastic as it is, and he's went out and did what he said he was going to do. Rushmore might not be playing anymore, but JT still is. His goal, he said to me, he goes, Gucci, I'm going to win a belt, whether it's tag team, whether it's singles, or both, and he's still on that path.
Well, speaking of that path, you're now going to be facing Chance Ellison. Any thoughts going into that match? Because let's face it, that's your your number one contender match, and then the winner of that would be able to play in New York. So, Are you
listen,
looking ahead? Are you scared of looking ahead a little bit?
No, I accept every challenge that comes in front of me. Some people might have been scared to play Collins. Some people might be scared to play some of these other teams I faced this year with Rushmore. But I have the track record. I have the confidence that I could beat any person in this league. And I look forward to getting that belt. And unfortunately, I'll probably have to play somebody in my own faction for the belt because we have some of the best rookies in the whole league. So it might just be, a fun time. I don't know. I'm curious to see where I'm actually end up playing once I do get the belt.
Yes, that's facts.
Okay, one follow-up question. Do you know who Chance Ellison is?
I've heard of him. I have heard of him.
He may be on corruption, but we just beat corruption and we'll beat him again. I got Shannon's number.
Well, I got news for you.
I live rent-free in her head. She knows it.
Well, I'd love to congratulate you on today's win. You got some work cut out for you, sir. Best of luck in your next match. You're going to need it.
Laser eyes.
I'll see you in the winner circle.
Diamond hands, laser eyes.
Well, JTE, obviously, as he should be, very happy. Dagnino, very happy. This was a massive upset. I know it's JTE, and you never really could count him out, and he's the master of upsets. We've seen it time and time again. But this was a big win. It's a big win for the exchange, and it puts JT in a position that he has not been in since he faced Sam Levine. And we know how that went last time. He played Sam Levine. He had gotten all the way to the finals of the tournament against Sam. Sam wound up winning and having a legendary run as champion. Can JTE do it? Can JTE win that number one contender match, and can he find himself in New York? We're going to find out very, very soon.
You say happy, and I echo that and add in the word cocky because the Finstock Exchange, no short of that either. But, I mean, look, you see what JT did today. He can do that against literally any opponent in the league. If he was able to do it against Collins today, we've seen it time and time again. The Coyote may be one of the best players we've ever seen, and so for him to get that victory today speaks volumes. But we do stick with the Coyote now, who's about to be interviewed alongside his manager, Shannon Barney, and you wonder, what does the future hold? Going into the tournament, what is that going to look like? What's the landscape? You can get a lot of points in bunches. So we're going to hear all of that, I'm sure, and get some hard-hitting answers to Jen Sturger's questions right now.
Shannon's still smiling even after today's defeat. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Look, obviously this is not the way you guys anticipated today going down. But like they said, JTE is just such an unpredictable player to face. Do you feel like any of that played into today's outcome for either of you?
No, absolutely not. Coyote, go ahead.
No, JT didn't. JT did his job today. He answered questions. He did a good job. I left points on the table, and I know what I did wrong, but also the Middle Earth round was tougher than I expected. I will admit that.
Middle Earth does that to
so
you.
I was hoping to sweep that, and didn't happen. Would have swept Angela Bassett. And the Bonnie Hunt thing, I got hung up on that Cruz Ramirez character from the third one. The last name threw me off, and but even if I'd gotten that right, he still would have won. He earned his victory today.
Do you feel like you were a little bit off your game today? Like what happened? Was it just a matter of getting in your head in that first round, or?
No, I mean, honestly, this was not my best game. Frankly, I am disappointed. But at the same time, I have a job to do. It's on to the tournament now, focusing on that. And I'm just so proud of my partner, Lady Justice, who is just on a roll right now. And we're getting her ready for that title shot. And I am just all in on her right now. So I'm just really excited to see where that goes. And I had a good year last year. This year's not going so great, but I am excited to go into the tournament and give it my all and hopefully turn a few heads again.
Shannon, that's kind of where Collins made his name last year, was in the tourney. Like, is this where he honestly was meant to be the whole time and really rack up some points for corruption?
Honestly, despite a loss, today is a win-win for us because had Collins won, he would have been in a number one contendership, one step closer to the belt. Now that he's lost, he gets to do what he thrives best in, and that's a tournament environment. And we've now shaken the rust off of him. So he's not going into round one of his tournament rusty. He's not going into round one not really quite sure, not well. I mean, he's ready to go now. There's no rust on this man. He shook off the cobwebs, and now he's ready to go. Brain farts happen, dude. Yeah. Brain farts happen. Look at the list of the legends of the Schmoedown and tell me a champion has not had some brain farts along the way.
Yeah.
I know Sam Levine about the Crudes.
Ask Dan Murrell. Ask Mike Kalinowski. Ask Chance in his IG title. Like, ask any of the greats. Look at all the great legendary players on your own faction, and tell me they haven't had an absolute brain fart. The reason JTE and Douchey over there were so excited over beating you is because they know exactly who you are. No one gets that excited to beat Adam Collins unless they know what you bring to the table. So their little shenanigans, they're full of it. They're blowing smoke because they have to. You don't have to blow smoke, Collins. You're going to go on that tournament and you're going to destroy it the same way you did last season. And then you'll find yourself fighting for the belt once again, because that's just what you do.
Matter of time.
And now it appears, Chance is going to get JT for revenge. Is that something that you guys are looking forward to, being able to help prep your faction mate?
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I love hitting the gym with Chance. He's on fire this year, and I'm just so proud of him, and really, really excited to see him shut down this exchange situation. But JT plays like he did today. He'll have a fight on his hands, but not enough to beat Chance. Not the way he's playing this year.
Well, tough loss today, but I feel awfully sorry for everyone that's entered into that singles tournament, because they have the wrath of the Coyote coming in their way.
I don't feel bad for them at all. Suckers.
See you soon, guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, a not happy Collins, and that's what you get when you have the elite, the top brass of the Schmoedown. When they're, it's a reason why they care so much and why they're so good, is because a loss stings them. But Shannon's not wrong. I wouldn't want to be seeing Collins in the first round of that tournament, especially after coming off a loss, because there have been a lot of people who have had great rookie seasons, and then the sophomore, it's like, boom, oh man, this is coming. I got a team's loss, get this, and you start getting in your own head. But I've also seen people take that, manifest it, and just turn it into something really special. I mean, hell, look at what Ethan Irwin has done since his first rookie year, and now he's playing the best Schmoedown of his career. So Adam Collins is far from over, as the great Frank Stallone once said.
Through no hard work of our own, this league has managed to endure for 8+ years, and the entire Schmoedown, you start to see trends, and one of those being, it's not a matter of having a goose egg in the loss column, it's a matter of learning from every notch that is in that column. Adam the Coyote Collins is clearly one of those players that takes a loss and uses it as jet fuel to say, okay, well, now I'm just going to go into the tournament, rack up a bunch of points for my faction, and I think that he has the game to do just that, and like his manager hopes, get back to #1 contender, possibly competing for a championship someday sooner rather than later. It's all in his grasp, just a tough loss today.
It was a great match. There's so much happening, and we are getting closer to that main event in New York, and you guys can get your tickets. It's the schmoedownlive.com, October 9th, New York Comic-Con weekend. Get there. Tickets are almost gone. On the undercard, Griffey Nooms versus Josh Horowitz. That is going to be the undercard, and that's a round 2 match. So much happening on October 9th. We hope you can make it. December 4th is the Schmoedown Spectacular. We have done some Cantina matches that have been wonderful. There's so much happening in Schmoedown. Go to the website, visit it. Thank you for joining us here on this pay-per-view. Please go and join Patreon if you haven't already, patreon.com/Schmoedown. For the great Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
Well, I mean, I said it up top. I kind of got spoiled, and I knew that Chance... sorry, did I say Chance? JTE. The JTE won this match. Great match, by the way. Great match to lose in for Collins. And, yeah, like he said, he was off his game. That wasn't his best game. He didn't play as well as we all know Adam Collins can play. And JTE just, that weird JTE magic that he seems to be having this season. It came back in a big way, and it won him the match this time around. And even, like Collins said, that Middle-earth round was tough. It was tough, no doubt about that. So, yeah, he's got nothing to be ashamed of for going to multiple choice twice. I mean, he got like 3 questions from The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. Like, in the Middle Earth round. Come on. Come on. There's better movies in that franchise to ask questions about. Either way, I'm going to be going to sleep happy tonight with a 7 points, which is my average for these singles matches, because, you know, we all know how bad I am with regular singles matches, but I'm not going to let that stop me, because I'm going to keep on watching more Schmoedown matches. Probably not tonight, because as you can see, I'm kind of a little a doozy. So yeah, I'll leave the Schmoedown reacting thing to another day, and hopefully I can make it next time. Until then, everybody, Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.